So welcome back guys, welcome back in the 7th video of our blood group video tutorials. So today we are going to touch the inheritance pattern in case of blood group. That means how inheritance is associated with blood group. That means we are going to talk about some math problems, so where we are going to find out the paternity dispute. That means suppose a lady is claiming that her son is the father of the father of her son is of particular individual. She is indicating a particular individual that he is the father of her son. Okay, so now what to do? So we need to determine the particular man's blood group and the particular woman's blood group, and now we are going to apply the genotypes to make Punnett square and finding out the probability of the blood group of the offspring, and then we will match it with the our observed blood group of the baby. Okay, so this is the main funda. So before going to talk about the math, we are going to revise the genotypes that we are going to use, and I have already told you in I think that second or third video of our blood group lecture series. Okay, so I have told you that in case of A blood group, we can represent A blood group in two possible genotypes. One is IA, IO, and another one is IA, IA. This simply indicating us the heterozygous type, and this indicating us the homozygous type. Similarly, in case of B, we have IB-IO and IB-IB and IA-IB and IO-IO in case of AB and O respectively. And so I think you have already know it. Okay, so I am more wanted to talk about this thing, that how these alleles are related to each other. Okay, so remember one thing, that these two are both showing dominance. That means these two are codominant with each other, and I have already told you what is the funda of codominance. Codominance simply means the progeny produced by these two will be something like that. That means expression of both the allele will be same, and we have a heterozygote that will be exactly the intermediate of the two parent zygote, and that is the reason why in case of codominance the F2 ratio will be 1:2:1 in case of both genotype and phenotype. Now if you want to know in details about codominance, incomplete dominance and all those terms, then please inform me in the comment box, and I will surely try to make a video on this. Okay, so you don't need to bother about that. So these two allele IA and IB are dominant, and they are showing codominance among each other, and IO is our recessive one. That means if IO is present along with IA, then the blood group will be A. IB is present along with IO, then the blood group will be B. Only O blood group will be expressed with homozygous recessive condition. Okay, so I hope it is clear that these two guys are dominant and this is our recessive one. So now let's move to the problem. This is the problem asked by genetics paper of WBSU in the year 2022. Okay, so first of all, let's read the question and try to find out what they are telling us. In the ABO blood system, in human beings, alleles IA and IB are codominant. Codominance means IA and IB containing individual will have the expression of both two. Okay, and both are dominant to the IO allele. That is exactly what I have told to you, that IA and IB are codominants and IO showing recessiveness. That means expression of IO will be marked by these two, but when these two are present together, then expression will be intermediate. Both the expression of the allele will be observed. Okay. Now, in a paternity dispute, a type AB woman claimed that one of the four men, each with different blood type A, B, ABO, was the father of her type A child. That means, first of all, remember one thing, that means the blood group of woman will be AB. That means we have IA, IB. This is the blood group of woman, right? And her child blood group is type A. Okay, that means her child her child's genotype will be anything among two. Okay, both are equally possible, as they are not telling us about homozygous or heterozygous. If they are telling us heterozygous, then we are simply looking about that, but they are not telling us, then we have to consider both the cases. Okay, so which could be the blood type of the father of the child on the basis of the evidence given. Okay, so let's move. So the funda is woman's blood type is AB, that means the genotype will be, the genotype of her will be IA IB, and for man's blood type will be AB ABO. Okay, so let's move. I have already prepared the Punnett square so that the video will be not very long. So in case A, the A blood group case, we have two possible options. One is IA, another one is IA, and then when we are going to made the Punnett square, we will have something like that. I hope you all are able to do this Punnett square. Okay. So the possible progeny will be A or AB, and it will be in 1:1 ratio. And if we consider IA, that means heterozygous type, then the possible ratio of progenies will be A is to AB is to B, that is 2:1:1. Still, that simply means that in case of A blood group, the possibility of type A child is exactly same in both the cases. That means A can be the child's father. Okay, but we have to consider all the possible options. So let's move in case of B. In case of B, the possible genotypes will be these two, and by applying Punnett square, this will be our results. Okay, so in that case, we are considering the heterozygous state of the B blood group, and we have AB, A and B, all the three type of blood group containing progenies in that ratio. And in case of that, we also have AB and B. That means here only one case is possible in which it is proven that B blood group containing man is the father of that particular child, but this is still possible na, because here still one chance is present that A blood group progeny will be appear. So this is also possible. That means both A and B blood group is equally possible. Now let's move on to the further one. So they are also telling us about AB. Okay, so in case of AB, the genotype will be IAIB. So IAIB, and genotype of mother's blood group will also AB. That means again IAIB. Then when we are going to apply the Punnett square, we will have something like that. So the progenies will be A, B, B in a 1:2:1 ratio. So here's A is again possible. So AB blood type containing man will also be the father of that particular child. So how we can find? So in case of O blood group, now let's move to the O blood group. That is our last possibility, and it is obvious that O blood group containing man will also be a child of her father, because the type A child is here, and the woman having IA genotype. So we have the possible option of IA, right? So very simply, it is also possible. Let me move it. Sorry for the interruption. In case of O blood group, we have IO, or you can also write in that way, small I. That's simply indicating us the recessive type. Okay. So after making the Punnett square, we have A or B progeny is possible in 1:1 ratio. Okay. So then how can you find out that who is the father of that particular child? So if it is a MCQ question, it is not actually this. If it is a MCQ question, then there will be something like that the evidence are not sufficient. Okay. So you have to tick that option in that case. And if it is in descriptive type, then you have to write that we need more evidence to prove or to find out the father among these four type blood group containing individuals or we can take help of another biological process to determine or to solve this paternity dispute. So such example is DNA fingerprinting. Okay, so I hope that you have understood how today we will handle the problem associated with ABO blood type with the help of this possible genotypes. Okay, in our future videos we are going to talk about in details in RH blood type. I have only give a small description about RH blood type, that in if RH antigen is present, then the individual will be considered as positive. If it is not, then will be considered as negative. But in the next video we are going to talk about how this RH blood group is originated. Okay, so if you find it helpful, then please like the video, share with your friends and subscribe my channel. Thank you. Bye bye.